I got a Chinese fucking mistress. She fucks like crazy.
Additional travel time as crowd management measures may be in place in some stations.
I got a Chinese fucking mistress. She fucks like crazy. I got a Chinese fucking mistress. She fucks like crazy.
Uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to my quiet, lovely, beautiful, peaceful, affordable, comfortable golfing and sunny retirement community, affectionately known as...
Del Boca Vista.
Thank you, Frank. This is the new and reset, independent, self-funded, non-monetized, non-profit, non-aligned, informative, civilized, semi-entertaining live DOXX Report. DOXX Report encompasses citizen journalism with commentary opinion only on topics that interest me and can be found exclusively live streaming on YouTube only. And I do put up the occasional clips on X. I'm a student of truth, self-discovery that has improved my daily living and will continue to do so. Email DOXXReport at outlook.com. I thank you for viewing, for liking, for subscribing, and live commenting. Remember, above all, say it with me, keep spiritually centered. You know, you try to be nice. You try to play nice. And some guys just got to stream with their elbows up. You know, they want to control. They want to highly competitive, got their elbows up. I'm talking about Watch Nicholas. So he comes on, he schedules at 2. And I put my stream up, ran the thumbnail or whatever. He had to get on. He had to go live. Well, that's okay. I mean, I'm not even monetized. What's the big deal? If he sees 2 people watching, he's got to grab them. He's got to get that money. And he does get it. Believe me, he gets it. Let's see. Now, why is this? StreamYard. Live show up on StreamYard. This is an example. Click. I don't know why they're just doing that to me. And I asked the question, can Big Daddy Rat swim? And of course, he can't, says Acquired Taste. Really? Well, yeah, I saw that. But he gave me a shout out. I picked up a few viewers. I have that clips up on X. And what did I say over there? I said, get rid of this thing. What did I say? Let's see. There he is. A special report. Beast of Brisbane. Stranded with his love interest, Mrs. Lai, in Shenzhen, China during super typhoon.
I got a Chinese fucking mistress. She fucks like crazy.
And you know what he's doing. And underneath it, I am only the reporter. Yeah, you're the story. Married with 2 boys, showcasing your litigious lifestyle for all the YouTube world to see. No wonder your money's down. Oh, I do have a surprise for you. I'm going to do the midweek playboard. Where are we? Okay. Oh, here he is. Mookie. I'll give you that. Hang on. Muamua. Where are you? There you go.
Almuamua.
Amuamua.
Almuamua.
Amuamua.
Almuamua.
Amuamua. Daphne? What? She doesn't want to say hello to you. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened there. I think she's got a new boy. She's interested in somebody else. I'm sorry. Okay. Rockstar and Fletcher's here. Nice to see you. Fairhaven, Massachusetts. Oh, in fact, Dirk, before we even get started, I think Daphne wants to say hello to you. I think she got your eye, or you have her eye.
Hello, doll.
Ooh. Where are you, Daphne? Don't we have a photo of Daphne? Oh, there she is. Say it again, Daphne, like you mean it.
Hello, doll.
There you go, Dirk. She can be somewhat complicated, maybe perhaps high maintenance in several ways. Comments. Let's see. This is expected every 6 months. Panic meltdown from Nikki. What's he panicked about? He's killing it. But I try to play nice. You know, it's like, okay, he's on at 2. I'll come on at 11 something and I'll do a couple hours. But no, he's got to stream. He's got to get it all. He's going to blow everybody off. He's going to open the roadway. Who? He's a smoker? No. He couldn't be that stupid. Are you talking about 3-pack of unfiltered Pall Malls a day? Who? Watch Nicholas? And the pot? Well, he said he was going to die young, so maybe so. Oh, Daphne. Oh, I'm sorry. Daphne's a smoker? Well, she got that raspy voice. I hope not. I take it back. I'm a nervous girl. I take it back. She's not stupid. She's, I don't know. I don't know why you want to do that. Oh, I had a cognac last night. Oh, look at these golfers out there. Oh, I didn't give you the weather. Let's go with the weather. Let's refresh it, get the latest. Now, my thermometer in the birdcage says 93. The official weather, 87 degrees Fahrenheit, that would be 31 degrees Celsius. Humidity 61%. Wind 2 kilometers per hour, that would be 1 mile per hour. Beautiful day. And I'm so happy I got the, I took Monday, Tuesday off because I wanted to get the yard work done. So I started Sunday. I just went out there and see what I had to do. You've got about an hour and a half window. If you're working hard, which I was, I can't, it's like working in a sauna. The heat index is still up, even though it's almost October. So I had to do the south side, and I thought it would be simple. It took me the entire hour and a half because I had to do some cutting, and then you got to chop that up to get it in the recycle bins, and then I got to rake it, and it's like, that was it. I only got the south side done. Then Monday I moved to the front, kind of went around, and I can't do more than 2 hours out there. And then Tuesday I finished it on the west side. Now when I say finished it, I mean around the house. Now see the monster out there that separates me from the golf course, the hedge, the monster, that is yet to be done. I have to do that. Oh, I did find a couple golf balls. Found a brilliant yellow Wilson and a Titleist. And because when it hits that St. Augustine grass, it's like a carpet. It just falls right through it. And I didn't even see it until I almost stepped on it. I mean, looking down, they're hard to see. But I got them. Archie knows nothing about financing. I heard that part about don't own your own home. His dad told him, why pay it off? Well, you got to make the payments, so why, if you don't make the payments, they take the house. And if you like making payments, okay, well, it'll pay for it. It hasn't paid for anything. It's worth $9 million now, or no, excuse me, $900,000. He lives in the house that he currently living in. It's only worth what it sells for, but I can't believe that thing is $900,000 for Archie's place. So his dad bought it for $27,000. But I don't. If you enjoy renting and the freedom, and you don't want to do yard work, or that's fine. But I worked. I didn't have a mortgage till I was 29. So, and I spent. I was enjoying Archie's show last night on finances. I knew Aussie Expat was going to jump on laughing. I don't know if he knows what he's talking about. If he's worth $2 million, he shouldn't even be worried about anything. But I don't know if it's in Bitcoin or, I don't know. I think there's a generational gap between us. I quite don't understand, but why not just pay it off? That way you'd never lose it, no matter what comes up. For $27,000, just pay it off. What's the big deal? You're making those payments. You're just making interest payments. So he makes no sense. Archie doesn't understand it. He thinks HELOC is a cash reserve. That's his reserve. No, it's not. It's a credit line. But he'll never get that. He won't understand that. So what was I going to show you? Oh, yeah. So I enjoy living at home because one time I was in a boarding house it had to have been a solid 4 years plus. And rooms for rent, it was clean, but part of me, I always dreamed about getting a home. And I'll never forget when I Greyhound driving school in Minneapolis, Minnesota, 1979, they showed a film. Oh, you can be a bus driver, and someday you can own a home, and you'll live modestly, but you'll have a home. And I thought, that never happened. Golfers are out. But it worked out well for me. I mean, it's beyond my wildest expectations. Once you get that big chunk of money, in the market working for you in the S&P 500, I don't do dividends. I'm not a dividend seeker. And I got nobody to leave it to, so, start spending it. But I realize it's not going to make me happy. So sometimes I don't spend it. But if I want a flashlight or a knife or a Glock or another watch, wristwatch check, I'm wearing my black Seiko dress watch, a Grand Seiko. You want a model number? I'll give you a model number. C. Watches. The Grand Seiko SB like boy, G like girl, X-ray at 261. Just a nice clean dress watch. And I did do some homework. I mentioned the stroke team, so I did a little digging on that. Here it is. It's known as the Mobile Stroke Treatment Unit. I thought that was interesting. I didn't know, and it was strange because I asked the guy, I said, are you with the fire department? He goes, no, we work with them, we go out with them, but we're in this region. When he said region, I didn't understand. Usually it's a county. But give you a little background. It's University of Florida Health Central unveils life-saving mobile stroke treatment unit, and there they are. Specially equipped vehicle is first of its kind in the region. The Villages, Florida, unveiled a dedicated mobile stroke treatment unit, or MSTU, in the Villages Tuesday, emergency stroke care. The Villages will be one of just 3 communities in the state with access to life-saving technology. Interesting. You know what? I'm going to get me when I get a little older, so when I hit my 80s, like if I make it to my mid-80s, it don't save me. If I got a stroke and I'm half paralyzed, I don't want to relearn everything. I'm mid-80s. At some point, we got to have a conversation in this country. You got to let go. At some point, what's a quality? You got quality of life, sure, but at some age, Frank Sinatra was in Beverly Hills. His heart was going out, and he had $1 million. He wanted to have a transplant, and then, Frank, no, you can't. It's time to go. It's time to go. So I'm going to get me a dog tag saying, hey, if I can't come back with top quality of life, just let me go. I'm ready. Well, you say that now, Lex. Well, that's true. I say it now, but I don't want to go now. But I think in my mid-80s, can you ask for more than that as a male? The state-of-the-art unit, let's see, brings rapid life-preserving stroke care directly to patients, shrinking the gap between the onset of symptoms and hospital treatment. Equipped with a 32-slice CT scanner, telemedicine capabilities, and critical stroke medications, like the clot-busting drug TNK. A stroke doctor connected remotely to the care team on the unit can review images as they are taken and understands the case before a patient even arrives. Wow. Isn't that something? Something new. If they catch it early, let's see, delivers leading-edge life-saving care where and when it's needed most. It's about more than innovation. It's about ensuring that every second counts and every life matters. Well, okay, a 90-year-old male, goes down. I mean, really? I mean, yeah, if you can bring him back, but I don't want any heroics. If I make it to 90, come on. Oh, now listen to this. I don't know how true this is, but it's in the article. Doesn't mean it's true. Stroke is a leading cause of death. A leading cause of death and long-term disability in the United States. The American Heart Association reports that someone dies of a stroke roughly every 3 minutes and 14 seconds in this country. And strokes account for 1 out of every 21 deaths. Yeah, that's true. Okay. There's, let's see, in stroke care, it's all about reducing the time from symptoms onset to treatment. The golden hour, there's a so-called golden hour when stroke symptoms begin, a critical window for minimizing brain damage. Okay, this was launched, this unit was launched in July of 2023. University of Florida Health's Gainesville-based mobile stroke treatment unit has responded to more than 1,850 calls, admitted 900 patients, and provided more than 220 critical interventions. When is the right time to die? All right, ditch that article. Oh, I did go up and have, it was so, when I finished all that yard work, and Wednesdays, I'm taking a day off. Wednesday's my day off, and then I'll hit the fitness center Thursday, Friday. It depends when it's raining again, but the hedge, I got to go out there. It's going to take 2 days because I'm not going to knock myself out. I'll do the front, and then the second, and maybe trim the back, and then the second day I'm going to go do all of it. But it's just too much. It's too much. Well, Lex, you got money, get somebody to do it. Nobody wants to do it. I tried to get somebody out of here. They know it's too damn hot in the wintertime, but so I had a cognac last night, just one. And then I got up this morning, did a little shopping, came back, put the groceries away, and then you know where I went. Colombian coffee, it's great. Little cinnamon, brown sugar, white sugar, Irish creamer, and a burrito, crumbled sausage, scrambled eggs, cheese burrito. It's a perfectly balanced breakfast. You've got protein, and you've got some fat, and you've got all the essential amino acids. Oh, man. I didn't know that. Maybe you should tell that to Archie. There's a bit, before I say that, TW, he is on, Australia has, what's it called? Their welfare system. It's called something central. But you got to be really low income to get it. Oh, okay, I'm going to play you some music. I'm going to be right back because I got to go pick up my recycle bins. I'll be right back. All right. Thank you for being patient. So let me understand this, Darth. So you wouldn't get involved with a smoker. I kind of agree with that because that's tough. Floodland, there's a bit of a trend of people buying used ambulances to live in because they have built-in battery power and shelving. That's terrible. You got to do what you got to do. Black Cat, is it true about the rampant swinger orgies in the village? I have no idea. I know when I first came out here, I flew out here, I went to the Orlando International Airport and was talking to a couple. They were flying off to a cruise or something, a younger couple. And I said, well, I'm coming out here to look at the villages. Oh, and they oh, that's the highest, STDs and everything else. I may ask the doctor that, but how prevalent that is. But the orgies, I have no idea. I just, can you imagine? I don't know if I could date a senior. Well, there's one senior I've seen, one. And she got on next to the elliptical next to me. And she, I keep trying to see if I can see her ring, but I have to start talking to her. But you get around some women, they just seem scared. And it's like, so it's like, I said hello to her one time. I went out and got in my car. She was next to mine. And she looks up at me like, and I just, hey, good morning, and then she said good morning. But I have no idea. John C. Coda is terrible. 8 people watching, 30 minutes in. On the hour, I'm going to give you the midweek Playboard numbers. And I'm still kind of shocked at Watch Nicholas. This guy, he's scheduled to go on at 2, so I go on at 11:50. He has to jump on. There could be 8 people I could get money from, but he's very competitive. That's okay. I go for the views. What else have I got for you? Let's see. Yeah, go to my notes here. Let's see. That, I don't think that's the one I want. Oh, yeah, that is the one I want. Okay. That's for later. I guess, Archie, see, the Hong Kong airport doesn't open until the 26th, so that's when he flies out. But they seem to be back to normal now. I had a cool live shot of Hong Kong off the X account. I was going to stream it live, and then they ended the stream. Ah, shit. So I had to come up with something else. Just going through my notes. It's so hot out, I'm not going to go out there and work. I couldn't, 3 days of doing the landscaping is like, that's enough. Enough. I'm not sure I'm going to get invited to the neighbors for Thanksgiving dinner. I think the wife, I think she's got a problem with it. I'm not sure, but we'll see. But I got to come up with contingency plans for Thanksgiving. I have to cook up something. Oh, I got to tell you, the NFL Sunday ticket, that's pretty cool. Because I could watch the Eagles game. Because since I'm in Florida, they're going to give the Jaguars and the, who are the other teams? The Buccaneers and the Dolphins. I get to see those. I'm really not interested in them, the most part. So I wanted to see the Eagles and the Cowboys. It's pretty cool. And you can also, they put up a condensed game. So you can watch the entire game in like 40 minutes. They take out all the ads. or I just go for the highlights. I had a little ordeal over the weekend. I opened up a new bank account, savings, checking. They have money market in the savings, like 3.6% or something. So FDIC insured, so why not? So I'm putting money in it. So I get the new iPhone Pro, right? Cosmic orange. How could I pass that up? And so I put it next to my iPhone 15, and then I got pretty good Wi-Fi, so I just transferred everything over. You want to transfer the number over? Okay, great. So I did that. Then I used the Pro, to try to log into my bank account. And it's a two-step verification, so it sends me an email with the code. I put it in, it doesn't take. And I'm pretty good with the codes. I did it again, didn't take. 3 times you're out. I go, shit. So, and when I'm on the site, it says, click here for help, and it says call this number. Okay, so I call up the number. It puts me to the Philippines. And I got my coffee here, and I don't want to spend all this time on the phone. Just authenticate me, and let's go. And he's telling me, and I go through it with him, and he's just sticking to the script. And I go, okay. I said, stop. He kept telling me what I did wrong. Okay, stop. Okay, how do I get on? How do we? He said, well, we can't authenticate you. I go, what do you mean? You got me on the phone. You got my phone number. Ask me some questions, something. And he wouldn't do it. He says, we can't authenticate you. And I go, what he really meant, cut to the chase, is we can't authenticate your device. That's what it boiled down to, because I asked to speak with a supervisor, and he sent me over to the United States, and I talked to a guy. And I said, wait a second, let me understand this. You're telling me your technology, that the phone I use, the device I use, has a fingerprint or a marker or something. And since I had a new phone with that number, and you had never seen that phone before, you locked me out, something to that effect. He goes, yeah. So why don't they just say that? And it's interesting because I went into the security section once I got back online, and it showed, it had my main number, and it had my backup phone, but not the number. It just had the device. It said iPhone 16E, but it didn't have the number. So they can track the device you're using. So I kind of feel better now. And I said, well, how can I do it? It was a Saturday. Well, how can I get authenticated? And he said, well, you can go into the bank or wait 24 hours. I said, I'll wait 24 hours. But that's interesting. Now, I wish they had an authenticator app instead of a phone text message, but so now I know. So I feel a little bit safer. So even if they get my phone number somewhere, they can't get into my account because they won't recognize the device. And he said, once the system learns your number and the device, then they'll let you in. But I didn't know that. I didn't know they could tell what kind of phone you used or the device. Well, but that's his job. Floodlight, I hate when they read from the script, but I couldn't get him. And then I kind of lost my temper with him. I said, we're done. And he goes, well, thank you for calling. It was my pleasure to help you. And I said, stop. Just transfer me over. Thank you. Leave me alone. But he was limited to it, and his English was pretty good. And the other guy, he didn't really, because to put it precisely, they couldn't authenticate my device. Not me, because I hear I'm on the phone talking to him. What do you mean you can't authenticate? There's I can't remember which institution it is. They authenticate you by your voice. Your voice has a certain footprint, a certain sound print, fingerprint, whatever. Oh no, I love to upgrade. Better not to upgrade most of the time. I disagree. I download all the updates, and I don't test betas, but I do the latest one, and I kind of like the new look of it. The iOS 26. It's not as bright. It's always showing the date and the time, and I don't mind it. Just something to learn. Acquired taste, but I'll get the latest. The Mac OS, then my TVs I'll update because there's security updates in that too. An acquired taste. I'm in LA. Nice weather here too. Great. I'm ready for the fall, though. I want it really to cool off. Because I love sitting in the lanai, but now it's 94 in the birdcage. I don't want to, because the lanai, it has an aluminum wall. It's not, hasn't been rebuilt or reframed. So it's not energy efficient. So why should I just let the heat come in and I'm running the air conditioner? I just seal it off. I got the camera in there, though. Oh, so you don't live there? Acquired taste, seeing the La Brea tar pits. Oh, that's fascinating. The amount of creatures they pull out of there. That is fascinating. "20 minutes to go." I'm going to do an hour and a half today, even if I just sit here. Let's see, and we'll do playboard in 20 minutes. Midweek playboard. I noticed Narc came on Archie's show, and now he got the playboard up there, showing Archie. And Archie was pissed. Of course he's pissed when he sees the amount of money Watch Nicholas is pulling in. And then this morning they were talking about. Now, he was saying Trump is a malignant narcissist, but he says, let me read you. Hey, Archie, pull us up and read malignant narcissist. But that's Archie, where they have a false self, but Mr. Trump, Mr. President Donald J. Trump, he doesn't have a false self. He listens too. He listens to people. Archie doesn't listen. He won't take advice. I just don't care. Every time you get involved with T-dubs, if there's a problem, then just stop it. And he's broke up with, Watch Nicholas has broke up with Curly again. Again! Now this is definitely the battered wife syndrome on Watch Nicholas's part. He just can't let it go and bring him back, unless it's orchestrated to help Watch Nicholas make money. I don't know what it is. But it's amazing to me how a trust fund kid can raise money for himself to get you to buy his beer and his weed. It's just incredible. TW's GMT shtick was awful. I don't watch. I think Archie's a vulnerable no, he's a classic run-of-the-mill narcissist. He has, and I always thought, I never understood, I thought you had to be an athlete or a handsome movie actor or actress, beautiful actress. No, you can be Archie, because he doesn't see himself. He sees the reflection. He's in love with the reflection that he has of himself. And you're all objects in his head. So once he goes after you, then he has to, like when he talked about me, he has to degrade, put me down, or what's his name, Bateman. Because and make sure that he rejected you, that he fired you. So he still can't close the deal with Mrs. Lai. He can't close it.
I got a Chinese fucking mistress. She fucks like crazy.
Well, good for you, but you need a landing place. Where are you going to live? Who gets the house? I mean, we can all certain people need a diagnosis, okay? He's one of them, Archie. And, but it's just speculation. I mean, it is kind of interesting on some people that, it could really help. I don't know how much it would help him, the therapy, but he's coming to that crisis point. Oh, what else have I got for you? I got to kill, we got, 15, 17 more minutes, and then I'll give you the playboard. Midweek. And then Bear got on, And then he turned the show political, and it was like, oh, shit. Then it's just over with for me. I don't want to listen to him. You know, it's silly. It's terrible. You got guys that don't even live here, Canada, and they're in Australia, and they're going to discuss our politics? I mean, please. Oh, when I was up to Wawa this morning, I dropped up a paper. I printed out something. Now, he's ex-military too, but he does not have a smartphone. He does not have Wi-Fi, and he likes it that way. So I printed him out. They found one of these spheres, these UAPs that was flying around. It was in, I believe, Colombia. It came down. It was still warm. They confiscated it. So I kind of printed that out to show him. But anyway, I said, let me ask you a question. Can you explain this Charlie Kirk to me? I don't get it. I mean, you know, a Medal of Freedom, honor of, what do they call that? Medal of Freedom. Oh, now this is The Guardian. Yeah, he calls him the far-right activist. No, he's let's just put in Medal of Freedom. I mean, I knew of the guy. I never really listened to him. So I had this older gentleman tell me, what's the deal? How come he gets all of this attention? Yeah, it was terrible. You know, he was murdered. You know, but the Presidential Medal of Freedom is the highest civil honor in the United States, awarded by the President to individuals who have made significant contributions to the nation. Well, what's his significant contribution? I'm just asking. I'm not putting him down. It's because he brought a lot of young voters to vote. This can be for achievements in national security, world peace, culture, sports, or other public, private. Okay. But to see all that big auditorium and all those people there, it's like, I don't know. Christianity is not a club. It's not I don't know. I have mixed feelings about him. 6 people hanging in there, thank you. But he told me it was really the young people. He brought a lot of young people, got them to vote. And, okay. And remind me, now, when this shooter, the Mormon assassin, when he gets tried and convicted, remind me to tell you something, because I don't want to bring it up until he's convicted. Okay. That's all I'm going to say. But remind me of that. Any other topics? What do you want me to talk about? Anything? I mean, I don't want to be like other YouTubers, you know.
On my own, I've got nothing.
Well, I can tell you what I did for the day. But I tried to talk to this older gentleman about the UAP, so I gave him this sphere that they found. And I said, if you go online, he can't go online unless he goes to the library. But he said, if you find it, when the one guy who's speaking English, he was holding it, and it got heavier as he held it. That violates a lot of rules of physics. It shouldn't get heavier. How's that possible? I wouldn't have that thing around. If it's truly alien, what if they activate it? Or there's a self-destruct mechanism with it. But I'd turn that over to the armed forces. And then they took a scanner to it, and it had spheres inside the sphere. And there's no welding, there's no nothing. But so it's interesting. What is that? I did a show. One of my shows was on that thing. I brought it up. It's called the Buga, B-U-G-A, Bugosphere. The Columbia sphere, it's a mysterious metallic sphere discovered in Buga, Colombia in March 2025 after being seen flying erratically. And then when I showed it to him and he looked at it, he says, this thing was flying? Well, not as we know it. It was anti-gravity or something. It was being propulsed through the air, yeah. Researchers, including radiologist Jose Luis Velasquez, note its lack of visible welds or joints and internal layers, sparking speculation of extraterrestrial origin. Well, if it was flying, it would have to be. Who could invent something like that? Here. If you're interested, you can look it up. I already did one show on it. Well, I guess we'll do the playboard early. Then I can just hang out. Do I have anything else? Oh, the market. The market's really doing well. Let's see. My scorecard number. Let's see how the Monday's closed. It was up 13.8%. Can you believe that? Almost 14%. You just got to hang in there. But all these guys that have Bitcoin, what kind of wealth do they have if they never sell it? You know, where's the wealth? I mean, I can just move money around, which I like doing electronically, but what are you going to do with the Bitcoin? But I love these guys that have nothing, and they're talking about, it could have been in gold, or should have done the real estate. They got nothing. Do something, but they have nothing. All right, let's do the playboard, shall we? Oh, look at the butterfly. There's a butterfly down here every month of the year. Are you ready? You ready for playboard? You sure you can handle this? Let me get rid of this. Bring something up over here. And hang on. Okay, there we go. All right. Well, you know who the big winner is. There can only be one winner, a first place gold medal. That goes to none other than Watch Nicholas, the kid. Super chat. This was taken today. So today's revenue, he made money today on a Wednesday, $227. Yesterday would be Tuesday, $491. Last 7 days, $2,299, $2,300. Amazing, isn't it? He's going to inherit a lot of money. He lives in a home that he didn't pay off. He's not making the payments. How can he make the payments on that? And incredible. Second place. The 9-year-old, the beast of Brisbane, the cult leader, the cult of the living dead. Made this morning $61. Now, last night, Tuesday night, because it was the super cyclone, he got some sympathy chats, $437. Last 7-day revenue, $1,366. See, that's how it's done, Narc. You got to put up some graphics with the week and everything else. Third place, that can only be Timmy, Tin Cup Panhandling, trust-funded Marxist Airport Lounge scrounger himself. $0 this morning. Streamed yesterday, $347. That's pretty good. But for the last 7 days, it's terrible. $644. Let's get rid of that. Oh, look how bright it is out there. We had a nice rain, but we're gonna lose the green. You expect more than that from the DOXX Report. You also get the 30-day. Oh, get rid of that. There it is. 30 days super chat. Now watch Nicholas' YouTube empire. He grossed 30 days, $7,468. He took home $5,277.60. The Beast of Brisbane, 9-year-old, $4,045. 30-day net, $2,831.50. Timmy Tin Cup, gross to $2,636. The net is $1,845. Now, I wonder what the 9-year-old really has to say about this. You got to be kidding me. You telling me I don't have it? Wait a second. Here we go. Let's bring him on board. Look at your numbers there, 9-year-old. Look at what Watch Nicholas and Timmy is doing to you. That's 10 grand? 10 grand they took from you combined? I wonder why that is. Why do you think that is? Maybe it's because of this.
He's pining for Mrs. Lai. You betcha. Why wouldn't I be pining for Mrs. Lai? Why wouldn't I? Is that to be ashamed of? You know, I was trying to hide the fact. Yeah, it's true.
Well, I think it's affecting your income. Maybe people don't want to support you in your endeavors. That could be it. Couldn't that be it? They don't want to be any part of that.
Why would I be ashamed to have Mrs. Lai by my side? Why would I be ashamed to do that?
Because you're married with 2 kids and you're showcasing it, but you don't know any better. Nobody's ever told you that. Bear doesn't tell you that. Suckerhorn doesn't tell you that. And I don't think people want to be a part of it.
This is the whole thing you guys don't seem to appreciate. What's wrong with me having Mrs. Lai by my side?
I just told you. You're married with 2 kids. What don't you understand? Get divorced and nobody would care. And you brought it on yourself. There he is, the 9-year-old himself. Any final thing to say there, 9-year-old?
Why would I be ashamed?
No, I don't want to hear that. You got to have something besides that. What else have you got? How about this?
I got a Chinese fucking mistress. She fucks like crazy.
And I think she cost you a lot of money. Yeah, look at that. He's making real money, but he plays hard, man. If I put up a stream, he wasn't scheduled to go until 2:00. But he's worried that I have 9 people watching, and he's worried about that. Why? Why, JB? Why? I think some of these ill-advised people think they're going to get that money back somehow. When Watch Nicholas gets his inheritance, he's going to take care of him. There's no way. There's no way. JB's financing Watch Nicholas's life, his lifestyle. I had to dig up those clips because I think a lot of these new people coming in, they don't realize that room he's in is his that he broadcasts from. That's not in Hong Kong. That's in Shenzhen. That's Mrs. Lai's home. That's her son's room. He's away to college. And so he plops down there to live stream. Blanca, Archie should be grateful making only $40,000 for making only $40,000 for making absolutely no effort for his channel. Of course he does. He's a narcissist. And he's looking at that 10 grand between Nicholas and Timmy. That's 10 grand that he could have been making. He seems to think he should be getting 100,000 plus for doing nothing. He shows up, and he allows you to celebrate him. That's always been his MO. Okay. Back to the shot. 58 minutes, 8 people watching. He survived the typhoon. I thought it'd be much worse than that. I wonder if I can get a live. Let's see. I'd like to get a live cam at the airport there. Hong Kong live. Let's see if we can look at something. Destruction. I want a live cam. I don't want to see the clips. Oh, now this is the one I had. It's just a replay now. Ten people. But this would have been great for the opening. Yeah, they got a YouTube banner up there, like and subscribe. Better not. Maybe it's a good thing I didn't show it. Let's try something else. Let's put in airport. I'm guessing the typhoon went inland into China. Don't know. But there's always new people coming into the Archieverse. They need to be educated. I don't think what's his name, Bateman, knew anything about Archie really. Oh, you got TW over on the Watch Nicholas channel. 44 people are listening to that. All right, no comments. I'm going to hang out here for 30 minutes. Floodland. Yeah, if someone educated Bateman a bit, he would have lasted a lot longer before the first firing. I don't know how bright this guy is. I really don't. I mean, I don't. You're going on. Archie's paying you. You at least should have checked with him before you did that. Hey, do you mind me going to watch Nicholas's and spending some time? But I don't know what he was thinking. And it's amazing. He was making 16 Aussie dollars. Minimum wage in Australia is 25 Aussie dollars. It's like, really? You couldn't find anything to do in New Zealand? Or I would try to get the hell out of the country. Seriously. Get a job. I would, wherever the job took me. I don't care what country. Get me out of here. Make my money. You can always go back after you make your money. That music's a little too aggressive.
He's pining for Mrs. Lai. You betcha. Why wouldn't I be pining for Mrs. Lai? Why wouldn't I? Is that to be ashamed of? I was trying to hide the fact. Yeah, it's true. Why would I be ashamed to have Mrs. Lai by my side? Why would I be ashamed to do that? This is the whole thing you guys don't seem to appreciate. What's wrong with me having Mrs. Lai by my side?
You're married with 2 kids. How many times do I have to say it?
I don't care. It doesn't matter. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Don't care. I care about me. That's it. 3 people I care about in this world. Me, myself, and I. That's it.
Beautiful.
How dare you! How dare you!
People have feelings, Nick,
We like to call it here, keeping the grift alive and help fuel the grift jar.
Nobody goes on forever and ever and ever, and I'm not going to go on.
It doesn't matter. I don't care.
Oh, I almost dozed off. Grandmaster Chime, got any ICA drives that need solar charging? Yes, I do. I got G-Shocks. I got a couple. Citizens. I got a Orca. That's a Citizen, I believe. And a gold watch. I just got them in the windowsill. All right, 1 hour, 29 minutes. I think it's time to go. Let's see. I don't even want to do that. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Thank you for watching.